No.
Yep. Oh, here we go, right? Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher's Noob. Today I have with me Pika Shade.
Hey.
And today we're going over a classic. One of the run that the arc that pretty much really made Mark Waid's run the big one, where Wally finally got out of Barry's shadow, was the return of Barry Allen. Now, any of you know, Barry doesn't technically return till Final Crisis. So it's like, wait, how is he back? Is this some kind of time travel thing? We'll see about that. But interesting thing about this, though, this is going to be a book that's going to a story that's going to actually have a really oversized finale. That's just some random issue. This was back in the day when they would do that sometimes, where they felt like we need more space to make this special. You get it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And you want to know how thick the final issue is just by the trade alone? All that is the final issue.
Uish.
That tells you it's pretty much a triple-sized issue.
I used that gag when I did the JLA Earth 2 video, and so that the trade is thinner than my ring.
but yeah, so this and issue 73, through some events that happened with Wally and Jay, somehow it appears Barry is back on Christmas, no less. And I love this. Sometimes you do get what you wish for. Barry Allen is back, and believe us, from this moment on, Wally's life will never be the same. Join us next week for the whys, the hows, and what happens next in the lives of all the Flashes. Until then, happy holidays from Mark, Greg, Roy, Tim, Matt, Ruben, Brian, and all of us at DC Comics, to which I say, wow, that's a crazy Christmas gift.
Yeah. Can you imagine this being coming out of nowhere?
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, people, as Mark had says in the intro here, the behind the scenes, they're after me, Brian. Who's after you, Mark? Everybody who's ever read a comic book from the 1960s. That's who. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands. The moment they heard you tap me to be the new Flash Rider, they are lurched forward with the same eager yet zombified expression and all mouth the same question. They wanted to know only one thing. When's Barry coming back? Barry? Barry Allen? Oh, good Lord. Barry's dead. Don't they know? Haven't they been reading comics? My query exactly. At conventions, at signings, at my local store, everywhere I go. And still, even the postman asked me yesterday. I gotta tell you, ever since those guys at Marvel Comics put a revolving door in heaven, everyone who reads comics has come to expect that even death isn't forever. And yet, we wouldn't dare bring Barry back. In the first place, he's DC's first official saint. In the second place, isn't it dangerous to give the readers exactly what they want straight out? Be careful what you wish for, right? Right. So no big deal. He stays dead. I mean, what are these people thinking? We have a new Flash now. Barry's student Wally took on the role. I doubt that conversation really happened, but still.
Yeah, sounds a little too scripted. And maybe it did happen, but it's been paraphrased without the stuttering and mouthing and everything. When you try to figure out what to say, those kinds of things were cut out.
Oh, gee. And Barry, well, I love him, but he was a stiff. Did he have any personality? Of course he did. I think I know that now more than I ever did when I was a kid reading his adventures. Barry was the quintessential good guy. Loyal, uptight, sunny, maybe even too sunny. Barry Allen was the perfect hero for his time, the 1960s. Well, of course he was a straight arrow, Brian. He was a cop, wasn't he? A police scientist transformed by yada, yada, yada. You started it, Mark. Basically, and eventually, like, huh, what? I was just thinking, being an editor, it's nothing. Brian, what? Talk to me. It's just, he and Iris had such a love, all that because he's dead. And we've already said we shouldn't. But then they started like, what, but what if? And they realized also Wally's problems came from Barry. You know, from being always in Barry's shadow. So basically, it's one of those cases where give the fans what they want, but then reveal it's not what they wanted. And then through that, this is the story where finally, after over 70 plus issues, readers finally loved Wally. Up until this point, it was always a case of where's Barry? Where's Barry? This is the story where that finally got put to rest.
Oh.
Too many speedsters. I tell you what I recall. I recall thinking that life is fragile, that it goes by too fast. And this is where we get summary. Now remember, by this point, the crisis happened just not exactly the way it happened in their minds.
Yeah, it happened in a sense that in continuity-wise, the crisis would have probably been just the last 2 issues where the anti-monitor appeared in the sky. They were in the antimatter universe, and they then escaped from there.
But even that, some semblance of it happened. The multiverse wasn't involved, and Superman clearly didn't ever dealt with his other Earth counterpart. That's what I'm saying. Well, no, because remember, basically, the way things were on Earth 1, it was more close to the Earth 1 pre-crisis until things settled, and then the restart happened. But for characters like the Flash, they carry over a bit more of the memories, just not much. Like, look here, Captain Atom. He's wearing his post-crisis look.
Huh.
But that's what I mean. Things happen just not exactly the way I remember. But they only represent when it's important. Like Barry's death.
Oh.
Then a week ago, he turned up alive. It was too good to be true. Too good. Gotta tell you, Hal, for a guy who's supposedly fearless, you sure spook easily. What do you expect, buddy? Calling me up out of the blue like that? I thought you were dead. And now you're here in the flesh. How? I'm not sure myself. Apparently, during Wally's battle with the new Dr. Alchemy, last issue, page 8, my energy somehow reformed itself, restoring my humanity, but not my memory. And addled, I wandered for days, frantically trying to clear the cobwebs. And just when I had reached the absolute edge of hope, I stumbled across an old familiar sight, and remembered. Once I realized who I really was, I snared the old costume from the Flash Museum and went looking for Wally and Jay. And here I am. So this amnesia, it's gone? Mostly. Details from just before I vanished seem hazy. I remember being on trial for manslaughter. The final issue of Barry's run was the trial of the Flash. Then something, and then a final mission. Seems like I ought to have more to say for myself. Wally, yes, you should. I love it how Wally is being completely hesitant. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Oh, but I don't blame Wally, though. Can you?
Yeah, no, there's no blaming. It's that when someone dies, you mourn, then you move on, and then it's basically a wound that has healed, been ripped open.
Exactly. And hold on, I think I realized what the issue is. Yep, have a bunch of downloads going on in the background. Hold on.
Yeah, don't use internet when you're doing downloads. Even I.
Oh no, I didn't mean to though. They just started automatically. I hate that. I always have to have things set to not automatically do it because you never know.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I still sound robotic or do I sound better?
You sound as normal as you have most of the recording.
All right. Hold on. Oh, so I sound low? Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah, you sound fine. Nothing wrong with your voice.
Okay, it's my connection.
You don't look staticky or
all right then. But anyway, so of course Jay is so easy to accept. But I desperately want to buy into all this, but something's missing after all this. You wanted a verdict? Well, he's got 2 things going for him. The ring says he's telling the truth, and so do I. I understand your hesitation, superhero and Wally. Superheroes live in a world of shapeshifters and mind benders. Our enemies would stoop lower than this to torment us. But Barry Allen was my friend, best friend. I knew him, at least as well as you did. And I tell you, in all honesty, he's for real. Take it from a man who
didn't call Wonder Woman to also lasso it. Or what was the situation with Wonder Woman at this point?
Wonder Woman, not everyone was as tight. Remember, the League was never the big 7. Remember that.
Oh, yeah, that's that close.
Remember that. So they're not. So even if they were aware of Wonder Woman was a lasso, he didn't know her that well.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that. By this point, the Justice League, the Bwahaha era was the main league.
Okay.
Yeah, people keep forgetting that about post-crisis. They weren't buddy-buddy all the time in the early days.
And the whole thing with that's something that Jeff Johns really made it, that Batman and Barry had something of a thing to bond over in talking about crime scene stuff.
Yes, yeah, I liked that. That I liked. Because it made sense. By the way, I just paused the other install. It was Starfield getting an update.
Uh-huh.
All right, so anyway. So long, fellas. Green Lantern would love to stay and chat, but Hal Jordan's been contracted to play the pilot of the Flying New Year's Party from a Texas high roller. See you soon, Barry. And don't worry, this'll be our secret. Secret? I'd ask him to keep a lid on my return, not to mention it to the rest of the Justice League. Oh, so they do know the late, but again, they're not tight. They're not, especially not Wally.
Yeah, it wouldn't be until Grant Morrison made Justice League be that again.
Exactly. Do you believe this? Like walking down the street. Do you believe this? Look, walking down the street in broad daylight. The Pied Piper and Chillbilly. Is that what you think? Too late. All right, Piper. I don't know what you're up to this time. Flash, but you're going back to jail where you belong. I said it's not what you think. Wally, if you're not hip, then poor Piper. By this point, Piper had reformed and was revealed to be gay.
Oh.
Poor Piper. He looks like he's seen a ghost. Go figure. Flash, the old Flash, you're back. But I thought you were. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. Can I talk to you for a second? He said your name, you by name. Your identity is public. Well, swell. I knew that would torque him. That's the way it goes these days. Times change, Barry, and so do people. Piper's gone legit. He's friends and I trust him. What's up, Chief? Word's on the grapevine. There's a new boss in town, and he's brought in 3 bro snipers to snuff handsome Jack Gamoko tonight, or to snuff him. Geez, Gamoko gets whacked. The city will blow and wide open in a gang war. Thanks for the tip. Just give me a second to suit up, but I'll put an end to this mess before. Whoops! I do like this with Wally. He's just slipping up all over because he's just, he just quickly runs the chain.
Like he's an autopilot.
What?
Like he's acting on autopilot, like how he would react to.
Exactly, and he's not real. Whoops. Well, so much for breaking this one to him gently. Last time Barry saw me, I was wearing the yellow and red of Kid Flash. He knows I've grown up since then, but this is the first time he's seen just how much. He's weirded. That much is written all over his face. I agree. Look at that.
Yeah, the way I was just about to say that the look on the face is kind of drawn.
Like he's smiling, but he's like, oh, look at that. Right? That kind of a tone. Look, nice suit, but he's hiding it well. Passing judgment never was his style. Again, I love that. Like, nice suit. that awkwardness. Again, Wade really gets it, the awkwardness. Join us, Jay. The 3 of us together again could be fun. Oh, no, you don't, Jay Garrick. If you think you're standing up your wife on New Year's Eve, you've got another thing coming. My thoughts exactly, dear. You took the words right out of my mouth. So, Wally, call yourself the Flash these days, do you? Yes, sir. Sir, good name. Big boots to fill, though. And let's see if you got what it takes. Come on. So, about the costume, I can explain. About what? Maybe the eyes. Might as well take some getting used to. Me, I think people trust you more when they can see your eyes. But you're an adult now, Wally. You do things your way. Wow, how Barry-like nice sentiment. If you really are who you say you are. Again, I don't blame him. He's getting what he wanted, but now that he's got it, he's like, Yeah. I see you still got the vibrating through solid objects thing down called. And you, we've got more catching up to do than I thought. So yeah, they show up there. There's the big mob guy, Jamako, that they're trying to make sure. A handsome Jack. What is a handsome Jack?
Yeah.
Don't you ever get? Yep. Don't you ever get tired of looking at that face, Jack? The Flash! He's after the boss! Get him! With what? Looks to me like your men need to practice their quick draw, Jamako. What's this? There's 2 of you now. Cut the small talk, Jack. Word's out that you're Mark's man. We've got to get you out of here. What? And leave the park? Forget about it. Jack Jamaco ain't one to break with tradition. Who do you think put the word out, Twinkle Toes? Me, because I trusted you to come running. Now that you're here, you won't let nothing happen to Jack Jamaco, protecting honest businessmen like myself. That's your job. Did you hear him? That arrogant son of a... I heard him, and he's right. Like it or not, keeping him alive is our job. So let's do that. Did I ask for a lecture? Stop stewing, Wally. He's right, and you know it. Don't let it get to you, though. Concentrate on finding a killer. Up there, near the top of the roller coaster. Nice vantage point. You can see half the park from there. It probably took him hours to clamber and that high up into the rafters. Do I want to grab him? Do I want to go to that much trouble to get him? Or wouldn't it be easier to bring him to me? Going down? Yeah! What a ride, huh? Better than bungee, man. Oh, sure, fade on me, you sissy. So 1 down, 2 to go. Wonder how Barry's doing. Hey, this ride isn't supposed to be moving. Turn it off, man. Turn it off. And that's 2. No sign of the third. Still, he's got to be squared away somewhere. Squirreled away somewhere. The handsome Jack will be sure to go. But where? Where else? Nuts! I was afraid of this. Despite our combined speed, it might take longer to track the final assassin than I figured. Uh-oh! I love it! They play on the cover, but it's not what you thought!
Yeah.
I miss when covers did that.
Yeah.
Don't you?
It is because it's basically a scene from later in the issue.
But it's not what you think. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter how fast you move, if you're running in circles, mazes, hell. Eventually pops through and gets him like, look out! Happy New Year, Jack. How's your hair? Shut out. Shut up.
That was a piece of glass that fell on his head. And
I know. But I don't think it bonked. It more fell sideways.
Okay.
So it's more like doink.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, that does happen too. For one that big, it'll be like a doink. Ow.
Yeah.
You can leave those 3 with us. The boys will take care of them. Oh, please. Your idea of due prices is sleeping with the fishes. We're taking them to the cops. When we come back, you and I are going to talk about this new boss in town. Flash, you want to give me a hand here? You can handle it. I can go. I'll catch up with you later. Huh? What's gone to him all of a sudden? I know. A whole week and I'm just getting here. That's me. Always late. I never got what finally nudged me. It was seeing that old Ferris wheel. The one we were riding when I asked you to marry me. You gave me hell that night about being so corny, but you accepted, didn't you? You made me so happy, Iris. You said we'd be together forever. I love you and I miss you. You should see your nephew, sweetheart. He's been quite a man. You'd be proud of him. No doubt about it. Always got your fire and a healthy dose of your reporter's skepticism. My resurrection has really thrown him. He has no faith that I'm really me. And I wish I could earn your trust. And his trust. You just did. I'm sorry, Barry. Sorry for not believing. You have to stand. Putting the spirit of Barry out on the rest was a long and painful process. Your death death left a wound that never healed. So when you showed up out of nowhere, it didn't throw me. It scared me. You were afraid it was some kind of cruel trick? At the start, yeah. Then the more time that went by without you bringing up Aunt Iris, well, it just made me all that much more suspicious. Why haven't you talked about her? Because I was angry, Wally. Not at her, but at, I don't know, fate. And how unfair it was that I'd come back and she hadn't. That a few minutes from now, I have to start a new year, a new life without her. But maybe I don't. Not really. I can't shake this feeling that she's not as far away as I think she is, and that we'll be together again. So life goes on? That's right. Whatever the reason, Wally, I've been given a second chance. An opportunity to live the rest of my years the way I lived the best of my years. Care to join me? Try and stop me. Once upon a time, Barry Allen sacrificed his life to save the universe. In tribute, I took his name as identity, but not his courage. That was his alone. Now he's back. Whatever tomorrow may bring, one thing is certain. He's the greatest hero I've ever known, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps. I gotta say, if this was really Barry's bringing back, this was a great issue for that.
Yo,
it's everything you would want.
Yo, there's however something I think it was Barry was in the trial that happened before Crisis. That was because Barry killed Professor Zoom.
Yep.
Yeah, when he was about to be married to his second wife. So what was the situation with his second wife after the whole incident?
I do not remember that. I have not. That is one Flash story I have not read. I'm pretty sure that was Iris that was killed. That was Iris that was killed by Eobard.
Yeah, she was killed when they were in a costume party where she was dressed as Batgirl. And then there was a second wedding where Barry was about to marry some other woman.
Hold on, let me look up on Barry Allen. No, but always says it was right. Oh yeah, there's someone else. What happened to Barry's second wife? Fiona Webb.
Yeah, her.
She never brought up again.
People just forgot that she exists.
And they've since retconned it to when he stopped it, it was Iris he stopped. They were saving.
Yeah,
they've since retconned that.
Be killed off to be then killed off again. That would have.
Like I said, that makes more sense, especially once what we later find out about Iris here.
Yeah.
Like I say, for this one issue, this was a great way of bringing him back, wouldn't you say? You really believe it?
Yeah, it can be believable. If there's anything to hint that it's not him, then those are small and subtle and easy to miss.
Exactly. You know, one thing I always liked is, did you know that William Messner Loeb, not William Messner Loeb, Mike Barrett, when he first wrote Flash, he kept having Wally be a ladies' man, always having these girls and everything. And then it ended with Linda Park. But then, and she was just going to be another girl of the week. But then after he left, William Messner Loeb and then Mark Waid and everyone afterwards decided to be, no, she's the one.
Huh.
But I like that. The character who was supposed to be the girl of the week ended up being locked in because she was the last one the creator created.
Mm-hmm.
But I told you good writing on the other writer's parts to expand her character.
Yo.
Now you can't see him with anyone else.
Yeah, no. It's kind of fun, but is the pre-Linden, that's what the Justice League was trying, cartoon was trying to build.
Yeah, but yeah. My name is Wally West, and I'm the Flash. Yep, Flash. All right, well, actually, that's no longer true, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, Jay and I have to stop a band of super tech commandos from hijacking the $1 Million Limited. So, yeah, we open up. Action. It's now starting to be just back to action and everything. And, they're trying to stop this one, normal thing, him and Jay, because him and Jay have been doing this stuff. But then Barry finally showed up. That title belongs exclusively to the man so swift, he actually outrates deaths. Because now by this point, Wally's now starting to doubt himself. Because now that Barry's here, Barry is surely the fastest. Remember, up until this point, and now Wally would never admit it, he's had mental blocks. Why? Because he never wanted, out of respect, he respected Barry so much, he never wanted to surpass his speed, ever. And I like that.
Yeah.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Because eventually later, Wally would be the fastest blast.
Oh, yeah, that's here. But until this point, he was, up until this point, I never, ever wanted to. So he was always deliberately running slow, even at a subconscious level. So by this point, having Barry here, Barry truly is being the fastest. Because Wally has never gone faster. Oh, but then to stop the train, whoa, with their hands. I love it. Then Jay just starts joining in, and they all do. Swell. Now they'll both be flattened. Surely they don't expect me to join their little suicide run. I'm still young. I got a full life ahead of me. Hell. It's like, surely they're expecting me to. The hell with it.
Something one of my commanding officers when I was serving my mandatory service time in the Finnish Defense Force was one man a war might not need one man, but one man can make a difference in war.
Right. And just shows there like, gee, maybe with all three of us, yeah, that'll work for sure. Geez, what kind of plan is this? And whoo! Look at that smile. Barry knew he has this confidence that it was going to work. And the fact that Wally wouldn't have done this. Jay did it because he saw Barry do it and he realized, oh yeah, that's the right way to do it. But the fact that Wally doubted it, again, interesting. Again, I love this taking of Wally's character. This is bringing him to a point that he never had to deal with because he didn't have Barry there.
Yeah, kind of also makes it that if they had just one Flash doing the instead of 2 or 3, would it have stopped there instead of going a little further than that?
And Wally would never have thought of it. And good of you to show up. Aren't I a little late? Do ducks quack? And still, nice save. You too, old man. Watch who you're calling old, Junior. I'll have you know that Jake Garrick still has a spring in his step. Flash, can I have your autograph? Oh, how I love this job. You bet, son. What's you? I like to run, too. I'm on the track team at school. So, is that so? Then keep it up. Maybe one day you'll follow in my footsteps, too, huh?
Whoa. Now Walt is going up.
Wally, he's having that goofy smile, but I think it's also like, all right, he's here. Oh, and there's Linda. Like I'm not even there, you know. Both Keystone and Central have gone very crazy. Ick, no milk? Why bother using a spoon? Because my face won't fit in the bowl. What I'm saying is that I'm astounded at the attention he commands. So you're jealous? Now remember this, Linda was never around when Barry was, so she doesn't know. So she's just reacting to everything. Like, jealous? No, you kidding? I know my Uncle Barry and my powers, my identity, everything. The man is like a god to me. Trust me, no one is happier to see him back. How much of these should I cut up? How many tacos can you eat? I'll do it all. Let's change the subject. And that job Midway City offered you wouldn't still be open, would it? Wally West, you asked me to stay in Keystone with you. Now you expect me to uproot my life because you want to leave? Whoops! She's looking nice, isn't she?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend. Yep.
Daisy
Dukes.
Yeah. They don't draw female characters like this anymore.
Nope.
And even when they do, it's
not
the same.
Unfortunately, Greg LaRoche is no longer with us. 6 months ago, you were the Twin Cities' one and only hero. Now that Jay and Barry are back, though you're not sure, Keystone Central City needs 3 guys named the Flash. I love this. She's already seeing through him. I love that. She's already seeing right through him and calling him out. Again, that's a good love interest.
Joe.
What is it about reporters? Have you noticed that? That's something that she and Lois definitely have in common because Lois would do the same thing.
Yo.
Hey, wait a minute. I just realized something. Jeez.
Ooh.
Don't you miss when artists added detail like that where you're like,
Yeah, something you don't notice on the first go, but then at the second go. But probably the
third go, you're like, hey, wait a second. Yeah, you don't see that anymore when an artist slips in a tit here and there. But anyway, stop beating yourself up. So long as you all get along, your only problem is the triplicated name. Have you thought about changing your own superhero identity? To what? I'm fast. What says that better than the Flash? I don't know. Lightning, yawn, cheetah, taken, Pegasus, a winged horse, very nice. And this is tough. Quicksilver, very taken.
Yeah.
Very taken. Mr. Zip. Oh no, could it be? Oh yes, an incredible, merciful tickle deck from the ever fearsome Wally, Mr. Zip. Oh, these two are such a great couple, aren't they?
Yeah, they are portrayed as such.
Yep, this confirmed what we saw earlier. But Saved by the Bell. Thank God, Mr. Zip. I'm the Flash. Stay used to it. Junior, Jay, listen, Chief Hotkiss and call. says the police have a beat on a warehouse belonging to these fellas who hit that train. That's what I told him, to hold his men until the flashes arrive. Fine, be right over. 2, Jade, you go ahead and eat. I'll be back as fast as I can. Oh, she was enjoying him being by, with her. Yeah. But she also knows that it's just going to throw him right back into doubting himself. That's the other reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barry Allen, for years, the superhero, again, all throughout his thoughts, like only a couple of months ago, that energy, reminding us what happened. Barry? Oh, hi. Sup? Boy, here's a sad sight. Central City's greatest champion reduced the scourging for a deposit bottle. I've been meaning to tell you, the recycling biz took off like a rocket while you were gone. It's a joke. You okay? Just lost in thought. Being given a second chance at life, Wally, I can't begin to tell you how disoriented it's made me. To you, I've been gone for years, but I have no memory of that time passing to me. To me, it was simply a matter of blinking back into another era. But how did that happen and why? You may never know. I thought you decided to accept that. I had, but I was passing this alley when I suddenly got this nagging notion that somebody here could provide a clue. Something such as, I have no idea. I'm probably imagining things. Something, Alan.
Oh.
But yep, so they meet up with them, and then the guys are holding all these, they're ready to go and deal with these guys with all these guns. Like, enough, and easy enough to find out. They can bite straight to the wall, take a peek inside. No, just because you're fastest, Barry, doesn't mean you always have to take point. Junior's right. Even at hyperspeed, you can trigger some sort of booby trap. What then? We stand out here and wait for them to come to us? We may not have a choice. Oh, geez, look at that. Put it up. But yeah, all 3 flashes heading out there. Like, incendiaries, huh? Isn't that just like the young Turks of today? Always playing with fire. Scatter the wall. It's falling. I let it be known that this night we killed the Flash. You did what? Boom. Sonic boom. Filling my ears with a pounding roar. Can't hear anything, but I can see. I can see Barry about to rip a man's head apart with his bare hands. Guess he honestly believes I'm dead. Look at me. He must be. Look at him. He must be railing mad at the guy for killing me. Belling rage, swelling revenge. As I get closer, though, his exact words start to filter through all the white noise. And what I hear, the whole town's buzzing about your victory. Apparently, boys are quite the team. How's your head? Wally? I'm all right. Wally, I've got to go. Stop brooding, okay? Everything's going to work out. You'll see. Barry's your friend. All he cares about is you. Says you. The last thing anyone heard before the boom was a song brag about how he killed the Flash. The announcement cut Barry to the quick. He lost it. I'll summary it all up, but from his perspective. But then, I'm the Flash. You understand me, punk? I'm the Flash. Oh. Talk about a quick turnaround.
Yes, it's just about to get.
Something is going on.
Yeah, something like it was just about to get sealed up the new status quo, and it's already starting to crack now.
Exactly. Like we barely were into it, which I do like. I do like that. You're about to experience the most tragic day in the life of Wally West. Plain and simple. I like that.
Yeah. Most tragic day so far.
I know. Identity crisis. Oh, no, it's going to involve Sue, I bet. I'm kidding. But yeah, he gave this costume. We then get a nice summary. And again, this is back in the day where, okay. Not the good artwork here. I get what they're going for. He's supposed to be a kid, but he looks like a mini adult.
Yeah, kind of like the original child models from Cyberpunk 2077.
And the running.
The running boys were also something that those have evolved for better as years have gone by in the drawing department.
No, I gotta say, this is clearly back in the day where, every issue was somebody's first, hence they have these things, but at least they keep it to a few issues. A few pages, I mean.
Yeah.
And
Kind of like how
again,
most Phantom stories start with the first 2 pages being the recap of the origin.
yep, but I also like it how, again, but this makes sense, because of course Wally's gonna go through all this in his head again. How many times do you sometimes rethink the past few days in your head?
Yeah.
Especially when you're in a bad state, right?
Mm.
I mean, that's what I did the past week, was, think back over a lot of my life.
Oh.
Heck, even Jay calls me Junior. It's a big world out there, but is there really room for 2 Scarlet Speedsters? Barry's problem, if it is a problem, is more subtle. To me, his behavior seems to be growing increasingly erratic, unstable. As if we're abnormally protective of his own. He were abnormally protective of his own identity. A few nights ago, I could swear I heard him rail at some thug that he and only he was the Flash. And again, my perspective could be skewed. I could have misunderstood him. Wally, heard through reliable sources that the Combine has an HQ. Basically a tip from the Piper. So Jenny's been spending time with him, which she could compare notes, see if he's noticed any changes in Barry. But I haven't heard from him in days. Guess he's off with the Justice Society or something, because the Society was still around by this point. Remember, this is pre-Zero Hour.
Yup.
Opposed the return of the JSA.
Oh,
Johnny Quick! We're seeing Jay meeting up with Johnny Quick. Like, it's true. Mr. Chambers' Quick Start program changed my life. Just watching one of his infomercials, it made me feel like the whole world was holding back. I can imagine. And now to work as his executive assistant, he's so inspiring, so energetic. That he is. Hello, Johnny. Right with you, Jay. That's right. And Bancraft, our Florida distributor, is hurting more. Look at you, like. Just in a second. Not you, Carlson. Yes, and no on the seminar dates. And double schedule Colorado. We do well there. Ciao. Oh, Judd, don't apologize. You of all people are always welcome to drop by. But yeah, he's trying to get him to come back to be, Johnny Quick again. Why? Because Jay is noticing.
Yeah, that they need more.
Yeah.
That there's something wrong with Barry, and they need to have a proper intervention with people to.
Yep. So we're bringing down to getting Johnny Quick. They're about to get Max Mercury. This is Max's big. I think. Wait, was this wasn't his first appearance, was it? Hold on.
Oh.
This wasn't his first appearance, was it? Yes, it was his first modern day appearance as Jay Garrett. As Max Mercury.
Oh.
This is a bigger story than we all think, isn't it?
Yeah. Not just Barry comes back, but
of course, it's later revealed he was the old Western hero Quicksilver.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so they're hanging like, yeah, Max, I'm ahead of you. You always were. I love that you're a reader. You're like, who's Max? Like Johnny Quick, they can understand, but like, who's Max? Oh boy, a bunch of these ladies dealing, them zipping by and everything. Was helping with Piper. Nobody's home. This tip is on the level, huh? You tell me. Oh, how 90s can you get?
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
So yeah, leading up to a fight, the guy's a hologram. Indeed it is. And believe us, we spare no expense to create a death trap that will, at long last, put you out of our misery. An ever-shrinking force field set to squeeze the life out of you. That would do it!
Oi.
Okay! That's a clever
You can't
Flash.
even... It's a force field above them coming down, and they couldn't pace through it?
Oh, no. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Tokens, 2 tokens, 10 tokens. Hello, Max. Wait, hello, Max. Nobody here by that name. Token? Max, people like us don't need the subway to get around, Nobody here named Max. You want to keep moving? Oh, yes, I forgot. Used to go by the other name. There was what? Lightning? Blue Streak? Quicksilver? I like that one. You kept that one for a long time. And Max Mercury, Whirlwind of the West. Damn, you were fast. But the last time you got the wrong guy. You want to make me call security? Oh, for Pete's sake. No, come on, John. We're oddly mistaken. But we've got the wrong guy. Let's go. Whoops! My tokens!
Again, autopilot reaction.
Oh, gotcha. Damn reflexes. All right, you caught me, but I don't know what you're going to do with me. Crime fighting is a young man's game. I gave up a long time ago. You know that. I also know that you owe me one. 1949, the Screaming Skull, remember? You swore you'd never call that one in, not unless it was a matter of life and death. What does that tell you then? You're like, you'll need this. Hope it still fits. You kept it all these years? I wanted to remember you, Max. You were my hero. All right, where to? Again, I like this. This is the first time we're seeing Max. And yet here, we're getting all this history, which Mark Waid would do that. Set up this history and then later fill in the blanks.
Yeah, that's...
I like that type of writing.
Yeah, shows how far the writer has thought the story to go to.
Exactly. But again, the fact that we don't get much about Max, but eventually Max has become one of the biggest mainstays of the Flash family.
Yeah.
But see, this is his first appearance, and we're just told, oh yeah, they have this history. What history? We'll tell you later.
Huh.
That's not important to the story. I miss that, don't you? Where it's like, stick to what's important for the story, but give enough that people will be wanting to know, but make it believable. Because how many times have you seen it when they bring a new character and it's like, oh Lord, who is this? No, here you buy it. Especially with the drop that he was Quicksilver. If you know your old-fashioned DC, then you're like, oh!
Yeah, you think they would talk about the Marvel character.
But if you know about the DC Western hero.
Yeah, you'd have to be a deep cut knowledgeable about that. To mention, it's better to have that way introduced now and then. How did Chip Zdarsky do the whole new mentor stuff? Like, did he foreshadow about them during his run or other stories before doing the night?
I think he did that. Yeah, no. He did the night first and then had the characters show up in the main story. Which, to be fair, you didn't know if that the night was going to be canon or not. So that I can accept. But anyway, so see here, the field automatically senses the vibration and instantly adapts to block it. Again, that's a clever villain scheme.
Yeah, but what about the floor?
Yep.
The floor is obviously green.
It's underneath you. It's also underneath them, I think. But well, look, he does it. Wally makes it through. Beauty, it worked. And check this out. Your power drive must have whacked some of the field sensors. I'm slipping through too. Can you help me through? Barry, get with it. Don't leave me hanging. For God's sakes, help me. That's it. Come on, man. I know there's a lot going on in your head these days, but I know you won't let me down. After all, we're a team. All right. Very touching. You almost had me too. Oh, but you know, the old say, Wally, this town's not big enough for the both of us. Barry, you crazy? Why are you talking like this? Help me. Help you. Why? You stole my name. You tried to replace me. Trying to make the world forget about Barry Allen. Barry, look around. And everyone remembers. They remember the kind man you were, the things you stood for. Of course they do. You're here to remind them, to be their champion, their hero, while the real Flash becomes some pathetic, forgotten figure swept into the dustbin of history. Well, I'm sorry. I'll show them. Trust me, Wally. I'll be remembered starting today. Barry Allen will be forever remembered as the man who destroyed an ungrateful city. Barry, please, you got it all wrong. I never wanted to take your place. Everything I am, everything I do, I did it to honor you. You're a mistake. Don't feel bad, though. You won't live to regret it. Barry! Barry! So he does what he can. He gets out of there. Now, who's it for? After several months, news crews, they finally caught up with the long absent Flash. Though still vague on the nature of his disappearance several years ago, he offered this unexpected and devastating statement to the press. Since my return, I found myself pleasantly surprised by a number of events that occurred during my absence. Chief among them was the notion that my former protege, Kid Flash, had chosen to keep my spirit alive by adopting my name and costume. I was touched, but not terribly startled. Ever since he was a boy, all he ever wanted to do was follow my footsteps. Tragically, however, he wasn't up to the job. Earlier this afternoon, he and I fell into a trap set by the Combine. That's the grip's name. I escaped, and Wally West did not. And so it's with a heavy heart they stand before you today to announce today that Keystone City's greatest hero, the Flash, is dead. Wow! Something is off. Obviously.
Yes. And
but again, the fact that they made it so clear that this was buried, and you're wondering, what the hell happened?
Some of the transparent pages where he was shown with an angry expression, and looked very not Barry-like, and it was transparent, not red like Barry, but just transparent.
Yeah. Now, just to make it clear though, even if they used Wonder Woman's lasso, it wouldn't have proven anything. We'll find out why later. There is a reason why Hal's ring was fooled, and I'm pretty sure the lasso would have been fooled.
Okay.
Oh, we find out that in another issue of Green Lantern, which I won't go into, he had fought with Hal.
Oh.
And nearly killed Green Lantern in a frantic battle that leveled Central City's Flash Museum. Why am I not surprised? The bastard has turned on everyone. I used to call myself Flash too. I did it to honor Uncle Barry because he was my mentor, my friend. He trusted me. Again, summarizing everything.
Yeah. And
now he just feels. And again, I don't blame him. He feels like his whole life has been pointless. Like dedicated to filling Barry's boots without realizing he had feet of clay. When I was a kid, I looked up to him with because he thinks it really is Barry just losing it.
Yeah.
Again,
something that doesn't even think about that if the time wherever he was before during his disappearance and return could have changed him or
infected by the anti-monitor or something.
Yeah, any of those things. Not even think about that.
Well, to be fair, because nothing has shown any indication that, and again, there's nothing in here that's, and I don't, again, remember this, we don't know how much of the crisis they remember, so I doubt, they just know he sacrificed his life. They probably don't even remember the anti-monitor that well. They just remember the sacrifice.
They would remember that he was gone, and they would think of what, they're not even questioning, what happened while you were gone? What actually, like at this point, they should start questioning that, did you really even have an amnesia? Was that just a lie?
Exactly. Oh, but part of them are wondering that. Yep, there we get Jay, John, and Max all helping out. And that's enough, Barry. I've seen this coming for weeks now. You're out of control. You might think you can run the city ragged, but I'm here to tell you, we're not going to let that happen. Great image. This is fun. I miss Greg LaRoe. This is right up there with Perez and all the others, isn't it?
Yeah. And it actually shows me because in the previous issue, they looked much older, and now they look more rejuvenated.
Especially Johnny. Yeah. But yeah, 3 against 1, huh? I don't recognize your friend in white, but I've heard of you, and you're Johnny Quick, the slowpoke. You came out of retirement for this, lead ass, and for to watch me run rings around you? No. To keep you distracted. From what? Some feeble attempt to box me in and capture me? How pathetic. You've forgotten who you're dealing with. No barricade can hold a man who can vibrate through solid matter. Your wall is useless. Not if it keeps you from seeing what's on the other side. Again, smart writing with those tactics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can face through it, but you don't know what's on the other end. He's down. Let's move in, but take it easy on him. He's not in his right mind. Says you, eat gravel, old man. Johnny, you want a piece of me? Then come get me. How's John? Not good, Max. At super speed, that gravel tore into him like buckshots. Ow! Ow!
Yeah, look at the exit wounds.
Then tend to him. It's time Barry Allen met Max Mercury. Oh, someone finally found what that book is. It's Flash related, clearly. Who the hell could say? Maybe if I look hard enough, I could find answers. I do like that. He's moping around, but he's also trying to figure things out in his stupor. You know what I mean? It's like for years, I believe Barry was dead. And a couple of months ago, he reappeared in this very alleyway. He doesn't know what brought him back or how it happened. Once he even drifted back to his place, haunted by a notion that something here could provide some clue. Who the hell can say? Again, he's just in a stupor, but he's still deep down trying to find everything.
Yeah.
What? You're fascinated.
I'm trying to unintentionally find something to make sense.
Exactly. I should hope so. He's a poser. Never listened to a damn thing I taught him. Well, you're still no match for me. Down here? Probably not. So let's take this someplace where I have the advantage. Into the high steel. Where'd you go, you slippery old coot? If you think you can hide from me, you've obviously got the right idea. Alley-oop! What's the matter, Flash? Tough to move at light speed, right? And when you're walking the tightrope on an iron girder, up here, it's not velocity that counts. It's agility. He actually tried to shoot him with a rivet gun.
Yeah, those can do damage, but mostly just on a close encounter because they lose speed when they fly too far.
Oh, geez, he threw those guys then. Again, now you realize, okay, this can't be Barry. This has to be some super villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, jump. Got your attention? Good. Damn it, that's 2 good men you've heard today. And God knows what you've done and what you've done with Wally. Too much of it is my fault. I hope that Barry I knew was still inside you somewhere. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you've shown me I can't afford that luxury. Again, I love this. It shows that he knew something was off early on.
And was more like acting.
I like that. That reminds you how good of a man Jay is. He's experienced. He ain't an old idiot. He's not an old fart.
With age comes wisdom.
Yep. You talk too much. Oh, Memor Iris. You give me that. No, it's mine. $20 later, we come to terms. The book, such as it is tattered and burned. Still from its pages, he read a name. Iris. The name of Barry's late wife, my aunt. It wasn't a coincidence. My God. Oh, my God. You want to talk hurt, old man? I'm the one who's got his heart carved out and handed to him. Holy Jesus, you getting this? In crystal clear focus. Move in. Barry Allen, hero of Central City, was forgotten, replaced, and now everyone here is going to pay the price. On. I want to make headlines again, starting with this one. For a moment, I'm lost in the mystery, scrambling to keep one foot in reality. What I'm reading makes no sense. It can't possibly exist. I'm more confused than ever. Flash creates violent tornado, blinding sandstorm, causes fiery fatal chopper crash. Sand everywhere. I'm trying, but the wind's got us. I'm losing it. My work here's done. Coming, old man, or are you going to stick around and watch the fireworks? In the inside front cover, what's left of it, I find something written. 2 words that turn my world around. He then gets him out of there like, we've got to get out of here before it. Okay. Oh, too late. I wasn't fast enough. But those days are over. My name is Wally West. I'm the Flash. And now that I know the secret of Barry Allen, I'm going to bring him down or die trying. Again. And look at it. And you see about this. This is only issue 3 or so of this.
Okay, the first one was the second one was.
Sorry, 4 issues. We're 4 issues.
Yeah, 4.
We're 4 issues in, but we got so much of this done, and this is going at a, no pun intended, fast speed. But not too fast.
Kind of a fast speed. Yeah, but there's also something of a. Was it really necessary for someone else to find the book and Wally not find it? And not to mention, it had to be framed so that you couldn't tell what was in the book and what he realized.
Exactly. But we won't know that for a little bit.
Yeah, but Wally knows. It's just about a matter of time before we see it.
To save the city, they would have to defeat their most deadly foe, Barry Allen. 3x x 9y 4a. Right. It's a mathematical formula. It describes a fourth-dimensional construct. It can't be realized in three-dimensional geometry. If you can envision it mentally, using the spoken formula as a focus, your brain taps into the fourth dimension, time, and draws speed energy from it. Basically, in other words, this is before the Speed Force was created, but we will find out that this is what taps into the Speed Force on a mathematical equation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Johnny's trying to teach him all that. 2 days ago, I sat around feeling sorry for myself. He and Jay Garrick, together with some guy named Max Mercury, took it upon themselves to try to prevent the evil Flash from destroying the city. Despite their not inconsiderable power, they got creamed. In large part because I wasn't there, because I stood back and let 3 Golden Agers fight my battles for me. That's not going to happen anymore. From here on in, it's Flash versus Flash. Because in my war, even though I don't have a remote possibility of winning it. And why? Because I'm not as fast as my opponent. I haven't been as swift as Barry Allen for some time now. That's why Johnny and the others brought me out here. They offered to teach me everything they know about super speed. So far, I'm proving to be a terrible student. Johnny, you're still peddling the power of positive thinking as a cure-all. Pay no attention to him, kid. He's talking down to you. He's preaching the same oversimplified doublespeak you hear on his infomercials. Save it for cable access, Johnny. Name's Max Mercury, son. Good to meet you. You look skeptical. You wonder what could be learned from this old man. And try to be polite. I mean, how fast are you? Whoa! Fast enough to save me from an exploding helicopter. I never would have beaten the blast that Max had raced in to help me. What he teaches, even I haven't learned yet. My apologies. So you're telling me that Johnny's speed formula is bogus? Not at all. It's a cute trick, and it works for him. The true magic, however, lies in finding the Zen of speed. Great. Zen. Sorry, but I'm a hard science guy, not an intuitive philosopher. To me, as a concept, Zen ranks somewhere beneath face healing and holistic dentistry. Under normal circumstances, I'd be turning a deaf ear to this man's rambling. But A, Max obviously has something going for him, and B, Jay vouches for him. So I listen. When you run, do you think about running rather than barrel headlong into a wall at Mach 3? Yeah, then you're thinking too hard. No, right now I'm thinking about why I hate Zen philosophy. Makes my brain itch. So I shouldn't be conscious of my speed. I should just let it happen. Precisely. Let your power flow like sand, like water, like quicksilver. Pardon me, Yoda, but I'm not the most revolutionary. That's not the most revolutionary theory I've ever heard. And let's try this. 1. Do you ever wonder why you're not as fast as Barry? There's a lot of theories, most of them biochemical and fully rational. And now, can we move on? How many of them have to do with fear? All right, that's it. This little college of philosophy knowledge is over with. No one can tell me that I'm afraid of speed. I love what I can do. But you love your Uncle Barry even more. That's why you took his name and costume, isn't it? In a sense, you did so the world wouldn't forget him or his heroism. Keep saying you don't want to replace Barry, but the moment you become as fast as him, that's exactly what you'll have done. Think about it. See what I mean? What I said earlier? This is what he's called out on it. He never knew until this point. And up until this point, writers have just simply written it like, oh, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. But no, now we found out, no. It's because he never wanted to replace him. And what about you, Jay? You were the first. You invented the Flash identity. What secrets can you pass along? Not a one. But listen to me. All 3 of us have our little slights and stratagems. They were gifts of experience. But you don't need to be taught tricks of the trade. You already have what it takes to do the job. It's here. All I can give you is my face, Flash. Thanks, Jay. Flash? Whatever happened to Junior? I call people by their name. And as far as I am concerned, you've earned yours. Now, you said you have some big revelation about Barry. I love that! I call people by their names. And as far as I'm concerned, you've earned it. So I tell him about the charred, half-destroyed book I found in the alley where Barry rematerialized. It's fair to say I've never seen anything like it. It's obviously designed to be a prize collectible. When I tell them what it reveals, they're stunned. But a reveal comes when I show them the book plate inside its front cover. and describe the name and speak the name inscribed on it. On the sound of words, Jay goes white, as do the others, once I explain who the name belongs to. But how? No idea. But I'm gambling I can trick him into telling us. I have a plan, but I have to set up things first at the Flash Museum. It'll be up to you three to find out and get him there. Leave the rest to me. For God's sake, watch out for each other. Oh boy, and look what Flash Barry does. Releases all of the people in the state penitentiary. And then gets all the guns.
Yeah.
Oh geez, look how crazy he looks. Now that does not look like Barry, does it?
No,
in fact,
this is something that you could recolor to someone else. We'll talk about later.
Let's not say who yet.
That's why I said later.
Yep. All right, man. Grab a weapon. Let's move and get moving. I'm going to blow this town wide open, but I'll need the help of every con in this prison. After all, I'm the fastest man alive can take over an entire city by himself, now without assembling his own private army. Shut up. This isn't between you and them. It's between us. Get up and fight. So, yeah, Barry's there. No, Creed, that was Green Lantern number 40 when that happened. The damage is worse than I thought. I really have to search for what I need. But that's not good. Gives me an uncomfortable amount of time to doubt myself. I realized issue 40. That means we're not far off from the deaths and everything. Can we see? Because I'm not 50, remember?
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that.
Superman is still alive, or...
Oh, yes, he's still alive by this point. They have not referenced the deaths or anything. Oh, the cosmic treadmill and costume storage. He finds a ring, an important ring. So Jay, Max, and Johnny are trying to stop them all. And they destroy part of the costume. Nice work. Let's get this riot gear back to the hands of the guards and go find Jay. Jay, please, no more. What are you doing? It's me, your friend. Whoops! You blinked, old man. You're a mistake. And he just pounds him, and then you don't deserve to wear this. How dare you? Ugh. And look, he breaks his leg, or at least spray really hurts it. The name, the colors.
Basically, so he cannot run in this situation anymore. It can heal, but it takes time.
Yep. You know, like this town down around your ears, it won't be as Barry Allen, but it's the one true Flash. He's trying to find the costume ring. Oh, looking for this? Go ahead, suit up. What the? Looks familiar, does it? Yes, I figured it would. Congratulations, you got the whole world going. Somehow you even fooled yourself. That was the crowning touch. I genuinely believe your tale of traumatic amnesia. You had to have been confused when you materialized in the alleyway. Otherwise, you would have never left this behind. The life story of the Flash. Right here, a full biography of Barry Allen, the Flash. His entire life in intimate detail from birth to death. It couldn't have been published in our time, and Barry's knowledge isn't public knowledge, at least not in the 20th century. No, this book came from the future. It came with you. You're not Barry Allen. Your name is Eobard Thawne, or and you're known in this century, Professor Zoom, the Reverse Flash. I love this twist.
Yes, this is a very unbelievably well-made twist.
It is such a good twist, but it took until the artwork here for us to even hint at it.
Yeah.
Up until this point, you bought it. You bought this. This was Barry, and something had gone wrong with him. But it turns out it never was, and he had convinced himself.
Also, that transparent panel from the other one where it was flashes. Look, it wasn't red. It was blue transparency, but that could have been like recolored yellow, and it automatically you think this guy.
Yeah. And next we get a triple size finale, and not here. Oh, wait, so this had been during the death. You know why? Bloodlines. Bloodlines was going on. This was during Reign.
Oh, huh.
So this had to be around the funeral and everything. But can you believe this? A random issue. Issue 79. Not 75. Not 100. Just 79. but they knew this was a big enough story. They gave it and they needed to get it all done in one issue, so it's a triple-sized issue. Be careful what you wish for. It was the greatest Christmas present I've ever received. Barry Allen, my uncle, my idol, slain in battle years ago, showed up hale and hearty at my doorstep. He seemed as mystified as I was by his mysterious reappearance. He couldn't explain it. Who cared? Barry Allen was back. That's all that counted. But he brought with him a new dark side. He was crueler, more ruthless than I remembered. Worse, he was jealous of me. He accused me of usurping his legacy, replacing him in the hearts and mind of his public. I tried to assure him. I told him we were a team. He spat in my face and left me to die. I survived only to mire myself in pity and despair. While my former hero embarked a spree of destruction, punishing Central City for forgetting him. To my horror, he had become a monster, a horrible, twisted mirror image of the Flash I'd worshipped as a boy. And property of citizens of Eobard Son.
Oh. They couldn't show this in the previous issue because that would have spoiled
Give it away. But he fooled us all, even himself. He wasn't Barry Allen. He's Eobard Son, one of Barry's oldest and deadliest foes, a criminal from the far future who's come back in time to wipe me from the page of history. Now keep in mind this. This is Reverse Flash, as fast as Barry. Now think about that a second. What has been Wally's issue? He's not as fast as Barry.
Yeah.
But now he has to deal with someone who is as fast as Barry. Meaning if he doesn't do anything, he's screwed. Because this is basically Barry without any morality, without any qualms of holding back, without any qualms about killing him.
Yeah. It was something I remember. It was somewhere at the end of Crisis, somewhere in here, it was said that he can only run at the speed of sound.
Yes. Oh, the Once and Future Flash. I love that title.
Yeah.
Second ago, in hopes of sharing Son's masquerade, I confronted him with the trademark Reverse Flash costume and forced him to reveal his true colors. Damn him to hell. He took the memory of Barry, the one thing in this world I most cherish, and perverted it beyond recognition. I wanted to explain how he did it, how he managed to trick us all so perfectly, and I want this explanation to come from his lips, even if it's the last thing I'll ever hear. I like that too. He wants him to monologue, because he needs to know. You're dead.
The way how he monologues here now, by the way, is something that I emulated in one of my fics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the character as well. I'll tell you later when we're done.
You're dead. No, you're dead. No, you're dead. Years ago, Uncle Barry killed you, snapped your neck in order to save an innocent woman's life. I saw with my own eyes. So how'd you do it, you bastard? How'd you pull off your own resurrection in order to torment me? I did it. I didn't come back from the dead. I didn't come for you. But you're ahead of your time, kid. Or rather, you're ahead of mine. I've never met Barry Allen. At least, not yet. What? He doesn't say anything for a long time. He just begins to circle like a mountain cat stalking his prey. He's got me cold. He's so much faster than me. He could rip my heart out before I can move to stop him. Anxiously, I wait for him to pounce. But he doesn't. Instead, he asks a simple question. Ever been to the 25th century? I didn't think so. You wouldn't like it there, Wally. It's a cold and sterile place. True technology's rise has signaled the downfall of crime and disaster. In many ways, my world is a magic kingdom, free of problem or crises. But that same token, however, it's a world without heroes. By the year 2460, you and your contemporaries have been long forgotten. Disappointed?
Just remind us that Horn is from the same era as Booster Gold.
Yep. Disbelieving. Keep talking. Still, there are those of nostalgic for the heroic age of the 20th century, those who wonder what it might have been like to soar alongside the legendary Superman, to match wits with the Batman, to run side by side with the Flash. History tells of several men who bore that fabled name. To my mind, one led the pack. Barry Allen, who gave his life to save the world. He was a soul, pure and noble. he of all heroes deserved in recompense for his sacrifice, a long and prosperous life. A tragedy of his plight had always moved me. I worshipped him, and no matter that he had been dead 500 years, I grieved for him. He was my hero. He was my friend. I knew everything about him. The centerpiece of my memorabilia collection was a rare addition, the primary source of what Flash lore had survived the ravages of time. The definitive biography of Barry Allen, penned in the waning days of the 20th century. I read it over and over, studying Flash life until it was real as my own. I used to dream about meeting him. I used to dream that I was him. Plastic surgery!
Blastomorph.
But it's plastic surgery, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how easy it is to get done and then get undone. What kind of damage?
Obviously he undid it with his speed and the metabolism, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
And the day my antique rewarded me with a rare artifact, both dreams came true. Killed the guy for it. I alone recognized that broken, battered treadmill was what it was. The holy grail of Flash collectible. The fabled time travel device of Barry Allen. Suddenly, my wildest fantasy was in reach. I could journey to a time before Barry Allen's death, meet my hero, tell him how much he meant to me, provided I could acquire the super speed abilities necessary to activate the treadmill. Even a man of my financial means and future technology had difficulty replicating the electrochemical bath that gave Allen his powers. The treatment cost me a fortune. The pain shaved years off my life. It was worth it. Who wouldn't give anything, absolutely anything, for the chance to become Barry's friend and partner? Who indeed? Exhilarated, I set the treadmill in motion on a final whim. I grabbed the biography in hopes of obtaining a cherished autograph and dove headlong into the time stream. I confess I was unprepared for the rigors of temporal travel. The winds of time nearly tore me apart. Nevertheless, in a blinding bolt of energy, I successfully materialized. In the wrong era. My head was reeling. The trip through time had left me dazed and disoriented. But one thing was clear. I had failed. Centuries of neglect had affected the treadmill's calibration, mistiming my arrival. And by now, Barry had been gone for years. It was too cruel. My voyage had been nothing. My presence in this era was pointless. Or was it? Perhaps I thought, perhaps some higher force had brought me here for a reason. Perhaps I could learn more by visiting the wonderland that was the Flash Museum. From the moment I entered, I was entraptured. I had become a child in the world's biggest, grandest toy box, surrounded by priceless mementos. I thought I died and gone to heaven. Don't do that again. It was a voyage of discovery in more ways than one. As I wandered, I began to realize the tremendous opportunity granted me. Clearly, my arrival in this time was been no accident. Clearly, I had been hand-chosen by fate to give Barry Allen a new lease on life, to amend the tragedy of death, to take his place in history and continue his glorious career. Clearly, filled with this newfound purpose, I began to carefully study the Flash's deeds, his friends, and especially his enemies. As he hated them, so would I. The fear at the far end of Rogues Gallery was reserved for Flash's greatest foe, the mysterious Professor Zoom, the future madman who had been a key player in Flash's twilight years. So evil was Zoom that he was the only life Flash had ever been forced to take. What was the source of Zoom's malice? Who was he? Like those belonging to most of Flash's enemies, Zoom's true name had been lost to time. Not even Flash's biographer recorded it. Here in the 20th century, however, no, it was common law and knowledge. No! I would break too! I would break too!
Anyone would break.
You were his biggest fan, and then you found out you were to become his worst enemy. The one man he would kill.
Yeah, this is actually the origin they should have kept when Rebirth happened. This would have made more sense than that. Oh, he treats everyone as friendly as he treated me. Oh, I'm gonna be.
Agreed with that.
Yeah, this is a much more understandable
Although to be fair though, that was his origin after he had reworked his whole history before. Remember? Remember that he became a temporal paradox, started to rework his whole history.
Yeah, but
so that was after retconning after retconning after retconning.
Yeah, I meant the DC, the 2016 rebirth, not the 2009 one.
No, I know. By that point, still, he had reworked his history still, all there. Because remember, that was the same Flash from Flash, Reverse Flash from Flash Rebirth. And we had seen other stories of him constantly changing his own history over and over until it was perfect.
Yeah, but this would have still been better perfect than whatever it ended up.
It was impossible, and yet it was there. My name, my face. It would be in later life. According to history, Eobard Thawne, was destined to become Professor Zoo. It was unfair, unjust, insane. I dedicate my life to Flash's following, only to have my face betrayed, rewarded with certain death. In that instant, a lifetime of adoration curdled into hatred. Someday, I would indeed meet Barry Allen, and Barry Allen would kill Eobard Thawne. Barry Allen, but not if Thawne ran. Barry Allen, not if Thawne found a safe place to hide. Barry Allen, not if Thawne ceased to exist. Between the agony of time travel and the shock of seeing my own murder, I was beyond confusion. By the time I stumbled out into the night, Eobard Thawne's very identity was forgotten. Through the haze, I looked up and saw a familiar sight. I remembered who I was. I was Barry Allen. So that's what happened. You took refuge in a fantasy personality, sublimating your true self inside a grand illusion. You genuinely believed you were Barry. Green Lantern's ring said you were telling the truth, and in a sense you were. See what I mean? Not even Diana's lasso would have broken through.
Yeah, so it's not basically the truth, but it's whoever
he believed his truth
that they believe in.
And this, given how deep it was, now if she did it a little bit later, it would have worked. Doing it right at the start, no. He would have been convinced it was the truth.
Oh,
that's how you. Now again, could it have forced it if Diana had willed it to force him? But why would she? You know what I mean?
Well, there is still the trust but verify thing and double checking.
True, but knowing
because
Diana,
all positives are a thing.
Oh yeah, but knowing Diana, she would have trusted him.
Oh.
This is Diana we're talking about here. And you know how much she loves everyone. She probably would have been so happy she would have accepted it right off the bat, just like Hal did. So why are you telling me all this? Isn't it obvious? Because we're both wanting the same thing out of life. Wally, a chance to fill Barry Allen's shoes. Think about it. We're a lot alike. You might even call us brothers. Except for one thing, evil will out, Thawne. You overreached yourself. Your manic zeal to establish yourself as the one and only Flash splintered your demented facade. You got your wish. God help us all. You were the Flash for a while, but the game is over. You have to return to your rightful era. You know that. On contraire, I'm not going anywhere. The moment I return to the future, I'm one step closer to my final fate. But here, in 1993, I'm forever out of Barry Allen's murderer's reach. So long as I stay in your time, I can never die. Blast, he's still one step ahead of me. No, 2 steps, because he's uncovered my ace in the hole, and he's going to trump it. I know your plan. The only way you can send me away is this, but not if I destroy it first. Damn it, he's right. Without the treadmill, you can't. Demolish it now, and it won't be around the 25th century. And without it, you've never made the trip here. You're babbling, and you're changing history. No, that's nonsense. You're trying to confuse me with clever paradoxes, but I'm here, in the flesh. Nothing can change that. Okay, maybe you're right. Then go right ahead and total the damn thing. Destroy the holy grail of Flash collectibles. See if I care. Fine, you win. Enjoy it while you can. And Pal shows up. Get away from him. Oh, but unfortunately, now he's yellow.
Yeah.
Walks right through it.
Damn, Parallax.
Well, damn the Guardians, too.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. He's now kicking their asses. I gotta say, see, this is why this needed to be a triple side. You needed the explanation, and yet you still needed action.
Yeah.
And without losing the momentum. Nowadays, they would then just do the one issue, and you have lost all that momentum from the reveal.
Yeah.
You agree with that? Like this
Yeah, unless they had some title going back, or they would have maybe ended in a one shot, like how got one shot that was extra issues long.
Yeah, or an annual. Yeah, broken in 6 places. Can you believe that? Broken in 6 places.
Oh, like above knee, below knee, next just above the.
By the way, but then we find out also there's an author credit that's completely stupefied everyone. Like, I'm not sure what it means either. Again, leaving it open for the very end. Oh. In the end, it's the only thing that might save Zoom from the blind fury of vengeance. Jay, take care of this. It's important. Listen to me. I'm not going to say this twice. Son doesn't care about any of you. He's after Wally West. Now that he's crippled Jay and tried to trash Barry's rep, I'm the only other target he has left. That makes it personal. I have to beat Son one-on-one, not just for my own sake, but for everyone who ever calls himself the Flash. I admire your courage. Very well. What can we do? You can all stand ready. If I go down, don't let the city pay for my failure. Barry himself taught me that history can't be changed. Whatever happens, Son must eventually return to the 25th century with no memory of our battle in order to live out his destiny as the Reverse Flash. Trust me, I'd give anything to end his career right now. But if he doesn't go back, all of history will change in ways we can't imagine and not necessary for the better. Uh-oh. Now remember, at this point, Linda is a TV journalist, reporter.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, but look at this. He kills this poor guy by putting his hand right through him.
Yeah, that's basically the whole thing that all of the CW show made his go-to kill method.
Yeah, like.
Okay, that's he's vibrating through or just.
Yeah, he's vibrated through, like, but it still killed the guy. Because he clearly went through his heart. Please, don't be fooled by the changing Kachu color. I am indeed what was it you called me? The renegade Flash you seek. No longer should Central City blame its grip of terror on a hero long dead. Now and forever, that Eobard Sword, Professor Zoom, is your true champion of justice. See, look, he changed his face now to be his old face.
His face and hair.
Yes. Here, take a look. Look at the face that has become the Flash's worst nightmare. And speaking of the speedster, where is that cowardly cur hiding out? Perhaps you have some idea, Linda? Surely you don't mind if I pick your brain? Deja vu!
Yeah.
Although technically for him, it's the first time.
Well, it's in the reverse.
But then, well, it's about time. I thought you'd never get here. Now, if this was 3 issues, this would have been the ending point for one of them.
Yep.
And so begins the final face-off. But again, he's beating him because, again, he's as fast as Barry.
Oh.
I don't even think about tagging him back. By the time I swing, he's long gone. He moves so fast, he's invisible. His punches are blurs of yellow, followed by explosions of red. You'll excuse the cliche, loved one in danger, but I had to draw you out. No Green Lanterns, no Max Mercury. This time it's just you and me, and it's about to be just me. Again, perfect choice. If there's going to be any villain that would cause Wally to have to finally break out of Barry's shell, to finally be able to prove himself, it would be Reverse Flash. Even if you had to do some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, this is the best way to do it.
Yo.
Oh, but then he's like, once you're out of the way, I really will make the city forget Barry Allen. From now on, when they remember the Flash, they'll remember me. That Status told me that would become part of Reverse Flash afterwards. What's that?
Yeah.
Being the fan, and then decided, my God, Wally. Oh God, Wally. Wally, stay down. The ambulance is coming for the mayor. But so the mayor, that was the mayor, and he didn't die. I thought he did.
No. Maybe cause some irregular internal damage.
Yeah.
But that
no time.
He can be still saved from.
Yep. That thought you said you had that I might not be able to stop him on my own. Kisses her. Put it out of your head. Max was right. He was right all along. I am afraid. Oh, hold on, got something popped up on my end. But I'm more afraid of letting this bastard do it. Wham! When I was 10, the lightning changed my life. It was just in just 1 second, it gave me the chance idea to turn my world around. Since Barry's death, my speed has waxed and waned. I never thought the electric power that sparked it could ever be recaptured. I was wrong. The power was within me. It always was. And now that I need it, it's back to stay. At last, we're evenly matched. And a look of surprise on Son's face. He wasn't prepared for a fair fight, which doesn't mean I can claim an easy victory. He swings, I duck, and back and forth it goes. We're locked in a stalemate. Oh, it's no longer a contest of speed. It's about endurance, concentration, and luck. No! Damn, lost my footing. Quick, get it back before... Ah! I'll give you this, Wes. You run one hell of a race, but now it's over. Is it? I'm hurting, but so is Son. I could still win. Oh, I needed the chance to get back up, but Son's coming at me. And without that chance, I'm going to die. And you were his protege. Everything that remains of him is in you. Once you're dead, and he really is gone forever. 1 second. Say goodbye, Flash. Say goodbye to Barry Allen. Now, believe it or not, Mark Waid originally thought this was Barry after the crisis.
Oh, yeah.
Although, then it was later made clear, no, his lightning is what struck him when he was origin.
Yeah.
But still, thank you. Stop! This close to the finish line? Forget it! Please, no more! You can't do this to me! Oh yeah? Not to me! But Barry Allen! Is that so? Mister, I knew Barry Allen. And believe me, you're no Barry Allen! You're a pathetic little man who's finally getting what he deserves. How does it feel, Son? No more! How does it feel to become a victim of your own obsession? Welcome to Catharsis Theater. You shook me right down to the ground, you rat bag. And if you think this hurts, rest assured, please, it's not a fraction of the pain you put me through. Finish me off. Kill you, put you out of your misery. You don't know what a tempting offer that is. Right here, right now, no way. Way you get let off so easy. After all, wasn't you who reminded me of all history at my disposal thanks to the treadmill? Maybe you'll use it to get a taste of your own. Maybe I'll use it to give you a taste of your own cruelty. Maybe I'll visit you when you were a young man and terrorize you the way you terrorized me. Or maybe I'll just kill you in your crib. No, please, no.
Ugh.
Sucker. Nicely done. You didn't actually time travel, I take it. No, frankly, not sure I'm up to it. But I was able to hop off the treadmill so quickly that even Son couldn't see me hide. I tricked him. I set the time controls for the year 2460 and prodded his own terror into fueling the trip home. So that's it. Son can't plague us anymore? No, not us. No, we're safe. He won't even recall having been here. How can you be sure? Because the space-time continuum isn't collapsing around us. See, right now, relatively speaking, Son is rematerializing his own era. Like before, the traumatic time trip probably addled the living hell out of him. If anything, going to blank his memory, it'll be that. But even if he carries a reminder of his journey right in the palm of his hand, it won't eat anything. We already know that man who will eventually become the Reverse Flash isn't destined to remember his fight with Wally West. Ironically enough, until the day he died, Son will believe his first and only enemy was Barry Allen. Eobot Son, status missing, 48 days. All right. I used to say he was the greatest hero I'd ever known, but that was before I saw a man put his life on the line just to preserve his legend. It was a debt of honor. Then Mark had paid in full. Come on, let's go home. It took a while, but the storm finally lifted, and I don't know when I've more enjoyed seeing the dawn of a new day. Linda asked about Jay. He's healing, but he'll be bedridden for a while still. I hear he's handling and convalescences better than I would. Yesterday, he read an Encyclopedia Britannica before lunch. Hal's going to see after his girlfriend Carol. Johnny went back to his corporation, and Max rides the wind. And you know what? Not a single one of them calls me Junior anymore. It took me a long, long time, but I finally come into my own. The truth is that, oh, look at that. The truth is that no one's more disappointed than I am over the reality of my uncle's return. But that disappointment is tempered with a much-needed sense of closure. The ghost of Barry Allen, the one I've kept alive all these years, it's finally at rest. And he no longer dominates my life, but he'll always watch over me. I can't explain it, but I'll know it so. Every time I see lightning crack the sky, and then there's the biography. I can't look at it without hearing Thorne's whimpers ring in my ears. He begged me to kill him, and I'll admit, thinking about it, what he did to my Aunt Iris made it an attractive offer. I'd always believed she died at his hands, until I saw this. Now I know that she's out there somewhere, and someday soon she'll return to us. She has to. She has a book to write. Like I told Johnny, not much of it survived intact. Max scanned what little is left of the latter chapters for a clue of Iris's fate and found nothing. He said there were things about Wally West, though, things I could read about, if I wanted to. Wham! Forget it. If there's an end to my story, I don't want to know. History is something captured and owned by the pages of a book. But the future belongs to me. My name is Wally West. I'm the Flash. Love this story still.
Yes.
This is still a phenomenal story, isn't it?
Yo.
What did you like best about this? The twist?
It was we could in building up to it.
Exactly.
Not only having Wally come crawl out and be the Flash he is and no longer in Barry's shadow, in showing that giving what those some fans were wanted, but well, not the exact thing that would have happened later, but still it was not a thing. But also there's a whole point way how the monologuing stuff that Thorne also did, that is something that.
Sorry. Yeah. Keep going. I'm just saying, this is that book.
The way how the monologuing is, it's one of the Reverse Flash and with his backstory, with being the way how it was in this story, and not only some of the stuff that Jeff Johns has also done. The monologuing, that's one of those things that he has done and made pretty much like a form of character art it can be emulated from. I'll tell you about how I use. Yeah,
there's a reason why Reverse Flash has become one of my favorite villains, and it's through this. But yeah, here is that story. Obviously, comic eyes for all of us, but
yeah,
I love that they actually made the book real. Look, see, there's the you're seeing the stuff that he saw, like the Ferris wheel. There's the Ferris wheel.
Oh,
that was mentioned.
Oh, and that's someone pointed out on Twitter that they were the hot dogs floating up like in.
But yeah, things like this, like I said though. But I gotta say, this is how you do something like this. This is one of the best stories I still will give Flash, because it gave people what they wanted, but not what they wanted. And then it used it to grow Barry and Wally's character that they hadn't done in ages. Because when you really think about it, he hadn't grown. He never really did up until this point. So throughout Mike Barron and William Messner Loeb, he never truly grew out of Barry's shadow. And by this point, and most readers still, the fact that I do believe what Mark said in the intro, at least to a point that people wanted him to bring him back.
Yeah.
Like, where is he? Where is he?
And I went through the Wally's run some years ago while I was having it in the background passively when I was when I found the website where you're gonna have the article about it, and the quality of those stories they were not something to actually enjoy much.
I mean,
but yeah, there's the whole thing how that was the whole how Iris was killed wearing a Batgirl costume.
Exactly, and I think that I think Lola got Barry and Wally into a better spot, but then it wasn't until Waid that Waid became his you know, see, there he was about to kill her again, Florence.
Oh,
my fiance stood me up at the altar. He doesn't love me. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
So yeah, and then there's everything that happened there. In the future and all them in the future and all that, and then the crisis. Her having twins that become the tornado twins, which eventually led into Bart and his cousin Jenny.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I really, I like that they did that. They did this, but oh, look at that! Look how much that cost back then. $12.95 for a 100-page story.
Yeah, it would be closer to 20 or 30 today.
Yeah, but like I said though, but overall, this was early in Waid's run, so this was the starting point. Eventually, we would get. And there's a reason why both Mark Waid and Jeff Johns are considered for really making everyone forget Barry and love Wally. Up until Waid, people still wanted him and Wally back and Barry back. But after this story, after everything from this point on, people are like, I don't care about Barry. I love me Wally.
Yeah, not to mention that, but it was also the whole thing that it can't just be the one story. The story has to give the momentum and reason, and then keep it going.
Which they did.
If it was just this one story that they did this, and then it was the same as what it was before. Whatever fade there is would be fade away.
Yeah, but after this, he then started writing better. This is then when we get what happened in 0 Hour, which eventually led to the founding of the Speed Force, and then so much done with Wally to make it be shown that he was the Flash, that he did stuff that Barry never could, and that he had much more of a personality and everything. Oh. There was just so much to love about Wally after this point, but without dumping on Barry. That's why they did this story, I think, to show people that still remember him.
Oh.
But yeah, they point out all this artwork is by Gil Kane and Joe Staten, classic artists.
Yeah, it's also something that it emulates the 50s and 60s and 70s art, but the inking and coloring makes it look like it was done in later years when that technique was better.
I'm just double checking. Oh man, yeah. All three of these artists are no longer. Wait, is Joe Staten still around? Oh no, Joe Staten is still around. So Joe's the only one left. Because Gil Kane and Tom Palmer have both passed.
Oh.
But again, so overall, I mean, Flash has become one of my favorite characters. I have not stopped buying Flash ever since Flash Rebirth. But I've always looked back on the other Flashes, and I still want to get the omnibuses for Mark and Jeff's runs.
Okay.
Because they deserve it. But this story, like I said, this was the first one I've ever read, Flash. And Reverse Flash has become my favorite villain. If there's one villain I would love to write, Reverse Flash will be among them.
I have you to write. Yeah.
What? Yeah, to write. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I wouldn't go.
I
would not. But I would not do it. It was me, Barry. I would avoid that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I kind of fell into that when I did it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You're saying. Yeah.
Okay. So it was sometime around 2016, 2017 when I was. I had this whole series which was set in the how I would have envisioned the DCEU going on before Batman v Superman would have come out. And it was all pretty much something of a shared universe with the DC universe and future grown-up versions of Harry Potter characters.
Interesting.
Yeah. So in that sense, the first story was kind of leading up to Trinity War and Forever Evil kind of versions in a sense of way that when Crime Syndicate showed up, they had also lived in a version of with versions of Harry Potter characters. Basically, so that when Mazahas what came out, that was basically in a version of Voldemort who had actually Ultraman had killed his versions of Harry Potter and Lex Luthor and Voldemort, or been such of a bad case that they had to do an enemy mine situation when he killed both of them. But when they tried to do the whole United Stations, they ended up creating another Horcrux kind of stuff into that world's version of Lex Luthor. And over time, that he would then become Mazahas, but also the Voldemort personality would grow over there. It would be something of the same Harry Potter. But anyway, the Crime Syndicate revealed that the wizards exist. The second story after that was basically them trying to get into find some kind of shared common ground in the new normal they were living in. And Lex Luthor basically found some kind of idea that let's do something of a new school system that we put the wizards there. Muggles can act as security, but can also kind of learn what kind of magical theories and something that's it's not the practical stuff, but the theoretical stuff. But also because the government and so far Amanda Waller, for example, had the not trusting what they do. Let's find some kind of way to find a way to track everyone down and basically have the wizards be tagged. I got this idea from like how the Dragon Age had the circles and philanthropies. Like take a blood sample, have it stored somewhere, and so anyone goes AWOL, get the blood sample, and you can use that to basically just track them down. Now the issue also there was also the whole black blood magic stuff. The blood magic was also that you can use the blood there, but you would need a practicing blood mage to use it. And this is where the Reverse Flash came in.
Right.
He suddenly appeared because to someone who had been because of the previous story and the B story in there. Ron Weasley had been turned into a blood mage unintentionally due to circumstances, and also lost his right arm. Long story. You can probably read it if you want to go read it.
Right.
I've sent you the link once. So Reverse Flash wanted to use Ron as a blood mage to essentially resurrect himself from after Barry had killed him. And this is the whole thing. The Reverse Flash in the story was a future version who had already been resurrected, but couldn't but due to the trauma of being resurrected, couldn't remember how the hell it happened. So he caught him, put him into made him learn how to use blood magic better, and then due to circumstances that were get to one of those school systems where they had all the blood carried, basically hoarded all the blood and then put his all dug up past version, aka the corpse, still in the casket, and said, "Resurrect me now." And also in introducing himself to Ron and explaining why he wanted to do. There I use some of the monologuing tactics, like talking about, have you ever lived in the 25th century and so on. And I idolized Barry Allen. He was my friend, and it was all great. I recreated everything. It didn't last. Barry Allen ruined my life, and that kind of dialogue.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, by the way, I gotta ask, what did you think about was Max, the character of Max Mercury? Since again, this was his first introduction.
Well, it was the first this here's the character who had existed, and this is what he can still do, and we're probably going to use him more. It wasn't like a sample.
Exactly. And we saw him kick ass, and we find out, I do love it. They insult Johnny, Johnny Quick, but not to his detriment. It's like they say, like, they call him out for his flaws that he has, which is that, he's like he does all this type of double talk and all that. He doesn't fully understand it, but it's not against us trying. We've tried to. He just chooses to think, it's just the code. I just need the code. That's it. But it's like, it's like, it's his call. We're gonna call him that because he's refusing to listen.
Yeah.
That I like. That I definitely like. Because again, it's like, can you say he's being disgraced? They're being disgraceful to him. It's like, well, yeah, but he's being disgraceful ignoring them.
Oh.
So yeah, again, overall, I give this this is one of the more perfect Flash comics.
Yeah, and it was
I can't
also
think of any flaws.
And it was one of the most perfect backstory that Reverse Flash could have. And if they have to keep retconning and rewriting it, keep that one stuff about him having that trauma of having to acknowledge knowledge that it's going what is subliminally pushing him into being a villain in knowing that he's dead and he's supposed to be a villain. That is something that you can a method to his madness that we can see in why he is acting like it.
And but I would say though, this also doesn't negate what would happen in the other stuff. I would say it compounds it. When you think about it, it's like the whole, he clearly already went back, he dealt with Wally, forgot it, and then he went on and met up with Barry, and then he hated him. So you could compound it like it was always there. Just doesn't know it.
Yeah.
So, because what you said before about how, Barry said to me what he says to everyone else, but I thought it was special, that could be compounded by the events of this.
Okay, that could work too.
Remember, he doesn't remember. He went back and he doesn't remember.
Yeah, it could be subconscious thing that some small thing that some small negative can.
Yeah, they might not mention
it's a small pebble that causes a landslide.
Yeah, and again, they might not mention this again, but that doesn't mean it was retconned out of existence. We don't know.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he went back and forgot.
Yeah.
This could be, and we always keep on knowing that he eventually got the power of the Flash, and then they keep saying that led up to him meeting up with Barry, but for all we know, maybe this happened in between moments. It's not like they said he was arrested or anything. They just simply said he was missing for days.
Yep, that is true.
But yeah, so that was
again when he went back and looked at his life, he could have seen it happen to himself.
Exactly. And notice though, they even say nowhere in the book was his name mentioned. Nowhere were the events of what happened, because it had to do with the book was about Barry, not Wally. So he has no frame, and a lot of things have been missing from that point. And again, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about that situation because, yes, he messed with it. He's probably like, ooh, I messed with him, but I failed. Oh, well. Again, when you really look at it in the grand scheme of things for Zoom, he probably looks back at that like, yeah, that happened. I had my fun. So he doesn't need to bring it up again. Now, for Wally, it's one of the most important days of his life. For Zoom, it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Had to say it, but yeah, that was Return of Barry Allen. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Pika, for joining in. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
May your heart be a guiding key.